Okay. All right. Today we have a lot to go through. So I don't want to spend so much time stop and then ask people to turn on videos or that. Okay, let's start with today's note taking. What I want to do is some mathematical term. Okay. Let me check. Okay. Now, if you happen to listen to what I'm saying, but then you are not seeing my sharing screen, please do alert me. How long also help me to check. If you cannot see my shared screen, always unmute yourself and tell me. Okay. All right. First house rule. I said that before, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. You should know. Okay. Need to go toilet, just go lah. Okay. Today we are going to learn about what volume, area, all the kind of concept that is what you have in the the P6. Okay. So what we are going to have for today, you should have been watching the video lessons by Mr. Ong. Okay, mostly 3D diagram for today. Prisms, cylinder. Now, prism is something like 3D shape. Okay, they are all 3Ds. So, for example, you know that kind of sandwich. For example, you eat sandwich, right? Sandwich. Okay, how to draw that sandwich? Something like that. Okay, so this one is like sandwich. Cylinder, you know what is called cylinder. All these are called prisms. Prisms. Solving using, involving, not using volume, usually surface area, cube, cuboid, you all learned before already. Okay. I want to go through some the mathematical term. First thing is conversion of units. Now, in the previous lesson, when we talk about area, right, when you have a dimension, you realize that the area is quite a big measurement compared to length. Okay, look at the conversion of example 1 meter cuboid. Okay, for example, if we talk about cuboid, you know what a cuboid or not? Cuboid means 3D diagram, which is a rectangular thing like that. Okay, or I should say cube. Cube will be a better one to use because all sides will be what? Equal. Okay, so when you have 1 cm, the volume of this cube will be 1 cm cube. Right now. But what happened if now I enlarged thing, I call it 1 meter cube. Of course, 1 meter cube will be easy, okay? So let's do some conversion here. Now, 1 meter is equals to 100 cm. This is all known to you. 1 meter square for area will be 100 multiplied by 100, and that give you 10,000 cm square. So this is used for measuring what? Area. So when we come to volume, measuring volume, we use 1 meter cube. So what happened here? We have in conversion to centimeter, we will have 100 times 100 times 100. So imagine how many are there? 6 0, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wow, 1 million, which is quite true, you know. If you think, imagine that you have a 1 meter tank, 1 meter dimension, that means 1 meter by 1 meter. Okay, then you will get 1 million centimeter cube. Okay. All right. Then another thing is about the ratio of their length. Okay. Now, if let's say the length of a cuboid A compared to cuboid B, okay. So we talk about cube Cube will be a better one. Cube A, cube B. So if this is a meter, 1 meter, then they have 1:1. Okay. Then if then appropriate. If let's say it's a 2, then the length will be 2 meters by 2 meters for what we have here. Then how about this area here? This area will be 2 by 2, correct? So this will be 4 meters square. So imagine all our meters, so 4 meters square. So for this area, we don't stay about the ratio. Then the ratio of, maybe I draw another one, which is, okay. 4 meter lah. I put it this way. Okay, so we have a 2 meter. This one will be 4 meter. Okay, then when we talk about area, will be 2 by 2, which is 4, but this one will be 16 meter square. But when we come to volume, it's 2 by 2 by 2. So it will be 8 meter square. But this one will be 4 by 4 by 4. Right now, you realize that this is 64 meter cube. So you see, is when the length expand by double, the volume actually expanded by a certain ratio. Okay, so if you change it to simplest form, it is 1:2. Then this one will be 1:4. Okay, and this one will be 8 times 8. Volume will be 2, 8. 64 divided by 8. That will be 8 times 1:8. So you see, the ratio becomes greater and greater compared from length to area and then to volume. Okay. All right. So this is talking about ratio only, just to let you know that it actually magnifies. Okay. Oh yeah, this one should be 64. This one should be wait. This one 2 by 4, 4 by 16. This one should be 8 meter cube. Sorry, this one should be 8 meter cube. So 4 times 4 times 4, 64 meter cube. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Okay, let me enter one student. Let me check who is here. Make sure you use your name also. If you need to regroup, I also need to regroup. Sometimes I forget. Okay, make sure you regroup so I can take your attendance. Okay. Elder Rachel is here. Hello, Wesley is here. Yunzi. Okay. All right. Okay, where are we now? I haven't finished yet. There's one more slide here. We are talking about area of trapezium. You must understand area of trapezium must be what? It must be parallel side. So this is parallel side. Okay, trapezium comes with a height. Okay, and this height will be the vertical height here. Okay, this is called the vertical height. Where is the vertical height? It must be perpendicular to the base. Now, where is the slant height? Slant height is here. Usually, we don't use any slant height, okay, in finding area of trapezium. I want to introduce you some terms here. One is called the cross-section. Now, cross-section is something like, okay, I have a shape. For example, I have this one, okay, and then I have something like that, okay? So the cross-section is, imagine that this is a loaf of bread. What will you do? You will want to cut them into what? For example, Swiss roll. So when you slice it, you know, all the area of the pieces that you slice, actually, they are called uniform area. Right now, they have uniform area. So the area that is cut and exposed to you, we call them cross-section. So usually cross-section, it must be uniform. They must have the same area surface all facing you. Okay, prism usually come with 3D diagram. And what is called dimension? Dimension are the measurements given for the shape. All right. And in this chapter, we are now talking about area and surface area and volume mostly. All right. Okay, let's start with this. So this is 6 meter by in meters cube to convert it into cm cube. If you cannot, then you have to do this 6 times 1 times 1. y times 1 times 1. Because 6 meter is 600 centimeter. So isn't this 6? With how many 0? 6, 0. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, 50,000 cm cube is actually equals to 50,000 ml. They are the same. So if you divide by 1,000, then what do you have? It will be 50 liter. Okay? For those who have not done your work, because so far I have only a few, please key into the system right now while I'm going through. You key in your answer. Don't key in my answer. Next question. Cube A and cube B have different lengths. This is something that I have done earlier on, right? And this is 2 cm. This is 8 cm respectively. The word respectively means the 2 cm mentioned first, right? So cube A. So where's cube A? 2. Where's cube B? 8 respectively. Find their base area. Now, if you don't understand just now that, then we check. To find area, that means we have to find the base area. Since this is a cube, all sides are equal. So what is this area here? Will be 2 cm multiplied by 2 cm. Right now. Okay. So this one you will get 2 by 2 square by 2. 2 square, you will get down to 4. Okay. Then next one, you will get here 4 cm square. How about here? 8 by 8 by 8. What do you get? 8, 8, 8, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8 times 8 times 8, 512. Okay. So you have 512 cm square here. Sorry, it's the area, so 64. Okay, so your ratio is 4:64. So 4:64, you must change it to the simplest form. It will be 1:16. Okay, so you need to write the simplest form they are asking for. If they are asking for the volume, okay, asking for their volume. So let's talk about volume A. Volume A is 222, right? As good as I'm going to speed up a little using power. 222, 2 times 2 times 2 will be 8. This volume B, it will be 8 times 8 times 8, which will give you 512. So if you were to ratio this, what is 8 is to ratio 512. You divide by 8 and that give you 1 out of 64, right? So far, so good. Okay. Just to get some responses before I move on. Otherwise, I'm not too sure how it goes. Everybody will get this message. Just checking, because today we have a lot to cover. Okay, Elda? Elda, turn on your camera also. Thank you. Now, if you have this, hi, Yashwin. Is everything okay, Yashwin?
Yes, everything is okay.
Yeah, because you are connecting me from outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. But can you see clearly enough?
Yes, I can see clearly.
Good. So you are reaching home soon, right?
Yeah, I'm almost there.
Okay. I see that you have done your homework, but there are a few things that you need to you need to do correction. So later you catch up. If not, the PowerPoint slides will be saved and post up to the system. You can draw it down later after today lah. Okay, let me know when you reach home.
Okay.
Type me a message over the chat function. Okay. All right. So yeah, thank you. It has been okay. Thank you for the responses. All right. So next thing is Yashwin, you can off the video until you reach home. No worries. Otherwise, you yourself will also be groggy. Okay. Question number 3 already, right? Yes. Question number 3 says, now it's talking about volume already. Okay. It's a cover. Covered, you know, all these words they play important part. Covered means everything covered up. Okay. And you want to find its volume. And what is